Good morning again. We were dealing with a shipwrecked sailor. Do you remember the story last class? I told you to write Robinson Crusoe. You read about the diary of Robinson Crusoe. Then in last class I asked you to write a task was there. Suppose you were in an island alone and you can ask for 5 things. What will be those 5 things? What will be those 5 things and why you are choosing those 5 things? You have to write. Hope you have written it very well. So next I told you to write the word meanings from first and second paragraph of your textbook, part unit 2, page number 45 and 46. Then 2 questions were there. I asked you to write the answers of 2 questions also. So next we are going to the next part. Remaining paragraphs. Okay, let us take page number 46 of textbook. 46, have you taken? Okay. There were, paragraph number 3, there were 2 life rafts about 7 meters apart. They appeared unexpectedly on the crest of the wave, near where my mates were calling out. It seemed odd that none of them could reach the life rafts. Life raft. There were 2 life rafts. ജീവൻ രക്ഷ അതിനുള്ള ഒരു ചെറിയ ചങ്ങാടം പോലത്തെ ഒരു സാധനമാണ്. സോ ലൈഫ് റാഫ്റ്റ്സ് അബൌട്ട് 7 meters അപ്പാർട്ട്, 7 മീറ്റർ അകലത്തിലായിട്ട്. They appeared unexpectedly on the crest of the wave. Crest on the top of the waves, unexpectedly. So the waves is there. A lot of things were floating on the water, on the surface of the water. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ എന്താണ് സാധനം എന്നൊന്നും തിരിച്ചറിയാനൊന്നും പറ്റില്ല. ബിക്കോസ് all of them are, some of them may have life jackets, some of them may not have. So there were 2 rafts were there about 7 meters away. They appeared unexpectedly. ഈ തിരക്കിനിടയിൽ പെട്ടെന്നാണ് ഇത് കണ്ടത്. Unexpectedly, where my mates were calling out. Where my mates. So have you heard that some of them what is called? Some of them was calling him. Fasto, hold her. So for mates were calling from near the 7 meters away. Near them there was 2 calling out. It seemed odd that none of them could reach. The problem is none of them could reach to that life rafts. In an instant, one of the rafts disappeared from the view. So during the waves, so one of them disappeared. One of the rafts disappeared from view. I couldn't decide. I found myself swimming towards the one I could see, which was moving farther away from me. I couldn't decide. What should I do? Shall I move? Shall I swim to that? I thought. I found myself swimming towards the one I could see, which was. I swam for about 3 minutes. So I decided I swam 3 minutes. I lost sight of the raft momentarily. Suddenly, I lost. But I was careful not to lose my bearings. But and the chinda bearings. Confusion illadirikan I was trying. Suddenly, a rough wave pushed the raft alongside me. Suddenly, a wave brought the thing near to me, or alongside, to my side, alongside me. It was huge, white and empty. It was huge. So it reached near me. It was a huge raft and it was white and empty. I struggled to grab. I struggled to grab rigging. Grab the rigging. Rigging, that means there will be a rigging. That means and jump abroad. I made it on the third attempt. I tried to jump upon that rift, but twice I failed. രണ്ട് പ്രാവശ്യം ശ്രമിച്ചിട്ട് നടന്നില്ല. And the third time I made it. Once on the raft, panting, whipped by the wind, immobilized and freezing. How I reached there? I was on that. എങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ആയിരുന്നു? I was panting. കിതക്കുക, panting. കാരണം ഈ ഇതിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ ചാടി പിടിക്കാനുള്ള ശ്രമത്തിനിടയിൽ പാൻറ്റിങ്, ദെൻ വിപ്പ്ഡ് ബൈ ദ വിൻഡ്. വിപ്പ്ഡ് ബൈ ദ വിൻഡ്. ആരാ അടിക്കണ ഇവിടെ? ബൈ ദ വിൻഡ്. കാറ്റടിച്ചിട്ട് തിരമാലകൾ വെള്ളം കൊണ്ടുള്ള അടി ഇങ്ങനെ കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ട്. വിപ്പ്ഡ് ബൈ ദ വിൻഡ്. ഇമ്മൊബിലൈസ്ഡ്. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് മൊബിലൈസ്, കനോട്ട് സ്റ്റേബിൾ അല്ല, അതിങ്ങനെ അങ്ങോട്ടും ഇങ്ങോട്ടും മൊബിലൈസ്ഡ്. ആൻഡ് ഫ്രീസിങ്, ആൾമോസ്റ്റ് ഫ്രോസൺ, വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ കിടന്നിട്ട് മരവിച്ച് ഫ്രീസിങ്. ഐ ഫൗണ്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഹാർഡ് ടു സിറ്റ് അപ്പ്. ഇരിക്കാൻ കുറച്ച് പ്രയാസം തോന്നി എൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ. സിറ്റ് ഹാർഡ്, ഫൗണ്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട്. ദെൻ ഐ സോ 3 of my mates near the raft trying to reach it. So I found some of them are approaching to the raft. Some of my mates, some of my friends are approaching to this. I recognized them immediately. I could recognize them. Who was the Castillo had a firm grip around Carabello's neck. Who were there? രണ്ടുപേരാ വരുന്നത്. എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു? One was Castillo. Castillo had a firm grip around Carabello's neck. Carabello is another character, another shipmate. എൻ്റെ കഴുത്തിൽ തൂക്കി പിടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് Carabello, who had been on watch when the accident occurred, was wearing his life jacket. Who had been on watch when the accident occurred was wearing his life jacket. He had the life jacket with me. He was on watch duty of watching. കടലിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും സംഭവിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. Do you remember the story of Titanic? Some of you may have seen the film also. So what happens? Some of them will be in duty of watchman duty will be. So if there is any problem, അതിങ്ങനെ മാറിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. Here Castillo was on duty and he was wearing life jacket at the time of the accident. So he was a life jacket. He yelled, "Hold on, Castillo, hold on." പിടിച്ചോ? They floated amid the scattered cargo about 10 meters away. So they were about 10 meters away and they are also floating amidst the middle of the what is called amidst the cargos. കാർഗോൻ്റെ ഇടയിലൂടെ അവരിങ്ങനെ പാറിക്കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. On the other side, that was on one side, and the next side, other side, Louis Renchifo. On the other side, it was Louis Renchifo trying to stay. Renchifo, it's correct pronunciation. Renchifo. Louis Renchifo trying to stay above water with his headphones. He was trying to stay with his headphone above. Headphone ഒക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ പൊന്തിച്ച് പിടിച്ചിട്ടാണ്. Renchifo above, aloft means high, aloft in his right hand. അത് പൊക്കി പിടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. He had stripped off his shirt. Removed his shirt. Stripped off എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വിവസ്ത്രനാക്കുന്നതിനാണ് stripped off his shirt so that he could swim better. കുറച്ചുകൂടി നന്നായിട്ട് നിന്നാൻ പറ്റും അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ. But he had lost his life jacket. But the problem is he did not have the life jacket with him. Even if I hadn't seen him, I would have recognized his cry. I could see him, but even if I cannot, നമുക്ക് ചില ആളുകളെ ശബ്ദം കേട്ടാൽ തന്നെ ആളെ തിരിച്ചറിയാമല്ലോ. Even if I couldn't see him, അതില്ലെങ്കിൽ പോലും I could have recognized him, his cry. I would have recognized his cry, his sound. Fasto, pedal over here. Fasto, pedal over here. Come here. Then I quickly grabbed the oars and tried to get closer to the men. I quickly grabbed means took the oars and tried to get closer to the men. Tried to reach closer to the men. Carabello with Castillo clinging to his neck. Carabello with Castillo clinging to neck. clinging to his neck, neared the raft. He almost came near the raft, much farther away, looking small and desolate. What is desolate? Desolate means lonely and unlucky. Desolate, unhappy. Lonely and unhappy. So, was the fourth of my mates. He was the fourth of my mates. Looking small and desolate. Desolate, he was lonely and unhappy, was the fourth of my mates. Herrera, Raman Herrera, who was waving at me while he held on to a crate. And he was holding on a crate. Crate means ഒരു നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ ഒരു വീഞ്ഞപ്പെട്ടി. So that was happening in the sea. So what happened in the sea? The ship plunged into an abyss, and a lot of cargoes were floating on the, and here 4 or 5 persons were there trying to save themselves, and they were also swimming there. They were on the floor, on the surface of the sea, and some of them have the life jacket and some of them did not have. So this was, and our hero who is Velasco, he was on the top of a crate. Now he is on the case of a raft, on the top of a raft here. So that was the situation here. Now let us look. If I had to decide, I wouldn't have known which of my mates to go after first. You know that had. If I had. So what is this had? Two had are there. If I had to decide. If I had to decide. So here had is an auxiliary verb, and this had is a verb 3 of have. Had രണ്ടു വട്ടം തെറ്റിയടിച്ചൊന്നുമല്ല. It is a past perfect tense. It's past perfect tense. Had. So it is a usage, and we will study in the grammar class in detail about had. So let us come back to the had to decide. എനിക്ക് തീരുമാനിക്കേണ്ടി ആരെ ചൂസ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത്. I wouldn't have known which of my mates to go after first. ആരെ ആദ്യം രക്ഷപ്പെടുത്തണം. So I was safe. Velasco was safe now. He was on the ഒരു ചങ്ങാടത്തിൻ്റെ മുകളിൽ എത്തിപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. And how could ആരെ രക്ഷപ്പെടുത്തണം? So I think about, I had to decide. I would have known which of my mates, but when I saw Herrera, the happy young man from Arjona, he was a happy young man from Arjona who had been with me only a few moments before. A few moments before he had been with me. ഏതാനും നിമിഷം മുമ്പ് അവൻ എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ആളാണ്. ഷിപ്പറിന് തൊട്ട് മുമ്പ് he was before me, and I began to pedal furiously. I began to pedal him. pedal furiously. But the life raft was almost 2 meters long. This life raft, it was 2 meters long. 2 meter നീളം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ. 2 meters long. But the life raft was 2 meters long. It was very heavy in that lurching sea. But it was very heavy. It is very difficult to move. Lurching sea. Lurching means moving unsteadily. The water is not calm. So it is difficult to, if the water is calm, it is very easy to pedal, but it is not easy. Lurching sea, and I had to row against the wind. Moreover, the wind is against me, so I cannot go ahead speedily. I don't think I managed to advance more than a meter. I can't go more than a meter. Managed to advance. Desperate, I looked around once more and saw that Herrera had disappeared. So when I tried to row, I tried to pedal, I can't move because the wind was strong and it was against me, and the sea was a little rough and the water was very rough. So I can't do that. So in that position, so I tried to go ahead almost 1 meter. Then when I looked desperate, Harara was disappeared. Harara had disappeared. Only Renshivo was swimming confidently. There, Renshivo was the only one swimming confidentially. Next, page 48, towards the raft. So, he is the only man who is sailing towards the raft or swimming towards the raft. I was sure that he would make it. I was sure he would make it. I had heard him snoring below my bunk. Bunk. What is bunk? B-U-N-K. Bunk. Bunk means narrow bed. B-U-N-K. ബങ്ക്. ജസ്റ്റ് ഒരു ട്രെയിനിലൊക്കെ പോയവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവും, ഒരു ബെർത്ത് ഉണ്ടാക്കൂലേ, ആൾമോസ്റ്റ് സെയിം. അതാണ് ബങ്ക്. ആൻഡ് അത് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും, ഫിക്സഡ് ഓൺ ദ വാൾ. ബങ്ക് മീൻസ് ബെഡ്, ഫിക്സഡ് ഓൺ ദ വാൾ. ആൻഡ് ഐ ഹിയർഡ് ഹിസ് സ്നോറിങ്. വാട്ട് ഈസ് സ്നോർ? SNORE, snore. Snore. കുറുക്കം വലിക്കൂലേ, അതാണ് സ്നോറിങ്. I was convinced, and I was convinced that his serenity was stronger than the sea. Serenity. Serenity means calmness. Calmness. His serenity was stronger than the sea. So I was sure that he would make it. I had heard his snoring below my bunk. And I was convinced that his serenity was stronger than the sea. So let us stop here now. There are some questions are there. A lot of words, I think a lot of words are there, new words are there. So you should write the words also in your notebook. Then you should write the question and answers. The last class we discussed 2 questions. You had already written. Next, third, I made it on the 3rd try. Why did the narrator do in the 3rd try? So you have to go to that textbook and find out the answer and write it. Another question, what were Casillo, Dodo Casillo and Giulio Amador Carabello doing? What were they doing? You find the answer and write it there. Yes. Then 4th question, then I saw 3 of my mates near the raft. Who are the 3 shipmates? Velasco saw. Then could Velasco save Raman Harara? Why? So 6 questions are there. So from 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 questions you have to answer. Write the question in your notebook, then its answer also. Then take a picture and send it to me today itself. Today itself before, so all of you should write the question and answer, and also the difficult words which you found while reading the lesson. Read again and again. Some words are there. It is a shipwreck. It's a shipwreck, and some the name are foreigners' name, so it's also a little difficult, you may feel. Anyway, read again, and if you have doubt, you can don't hesitate to give me message. Okay, let us stop. So next day, what was the homework for you for this class? Write a question, word meanings, and also 3 to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 question and answers. So write the answer and take a picture and send it to me. Okay, let us stop today. Have a nice day.